Hey everyone, my name is Shelby and welcome to my YouTube channel. I am feeling really hopeful about this new year. I've been making a lot of really good progress in some of like my mindset and my health, and I really want to share with you a couple ways that I am changing my behavior to improve my life. In fact, I want to give you 5 science-based behaviors that I'm adopting and probably everyone should adopt to make their life actually better. Like actually. Because here's the thing, there's a lot of information out there about people doing woo woo ya ya things, and then there's science. And science actually can tell us a couple things that will make your life markedly better. It'll make it better. I don't know what to tell you. While the woo woo stuff can be really cool and whatever, mm, I don't want us to be falling into a trap where we're doing non science based things to try and make our life work and then it not working, or doing things that are actually going to make our life worse in the long term, but the internet says it's okay. Now that I've gotten out of the way, here are the 5 ways that I'm using science to improve my life. Number one, meditation. I have been meditating like consistently since the summer and inconsistently since the spring. It's January right now. So I'm creeping up on like a year of really incorporating meditation into my life. Honestly, I've been using the Calm app, and I think the big reason that that's worked for me is I love that dude, Jeff Warren. He's just the right energy for me. And he seems to struggle with a lot of the same things that I do. But you know what they say, when the student is ready, the master will appear. And I had been looking for something that would fit me that way for a long time. And I found it in Calm and in Jeff Warren. So that's fun. Meditation is like really neat because it provides practice for you to get in between the stimuli response pattern in your brain. So we know that neurons who fire together wire together. This is essentially like why when you practice doing basketball layups, the more you practice, the better you get at it, because the brain synapses have to kind of grow and connect in a certain way. And once they connect in a certain way, and then you go over that synapse 100 times, then it gets stronger and stronger, and then it becomes like muscle memory, right? So we're going for the same thing as that. Meditation gives us an opportunity to focus on something like the breath, which is what I usually choose, and whenever my brain gets distracted, I am given the opportunity to practice taking control of my thoughts and putting it back where I want it to go, which is the breath. Cool. There's lots of good research that shows that meditation can decrease symptoms of anxiety and depression. It can also increase overall motivation, overall well being, and self control. There's 1,000 more reasons why meditation is really good for you. Those are my favorites. Go check out some cool YouTube videos out there about meditation to learn more of the science. But I think I read a study where it was like 8 minutes is the kind of gold standard for meditation. Anything more than that, you're kind of getting a little redundant. Less than that, might not be doing as much good for you as you think. I'll have to find that study. I'll post it below if I can. The second way that I am using science to improve my life is by journaling. Yes, journaling. I love writing in my journal. I try to do it literally every day. If I don't do it literally every day, I only miss like a day or two. I don't miss many days of journaling. I like to write freehand in a journal. This is my right hand. I write left-handed, so so I write freehanded in a journal with some cute markers that I really like. And I just write about what went on that day, how I felt about it, any thoughts that are really consistently coming into mind. I'll often use it as like a place marker for just jotting down thoughts. Also, if I attend like a self-helpy, wellnessy, mental healthy webinar type thing, I'll write my notes in that journal because I want it kind of all together. So when I've done like the free online Tony Robbins thing, I've done it in the journal. Um, beside my more diary type journaling. Yeah, I could see the argument of having like a diary and then like a self-improvement journal. That seems like a lot, and I feel like I'm going to forget one or the other, so just I just put it all together. One of the best ways to get the most out of journaling is by incorporating things like gratitude and actively reflecting on the events of the day. It helps make those memories stay in your brain a little bit better because you're revisiting them. It also helps with actively reframing some things. So maybe you write down what had happened that day and it was a bad thing. But then as you're writing, because writing is slower than thinking, you give yourself space to see things from the other person's perspective or challenge some of your irrational thoughts or give people some grace. Maybe you talk about how, like, there was a road rage incident, you can't believe that. But, while you're writing, because you're thinking about it slower, you're like, well, maybe he was having a wicked bad day. I don't know. Glad I wasn't having the day he was having. Even just that little reframe can really help change some of those like really upsetting thoughts into more productive thoughts. The third way that I am using science to make my life better is by consistently exercising. That's right. I'm here for it. I like exercising, but it's winter and I don't do it as much as I should. Nope, I don't. So here's the thing. I I like exercising. I really do. I used to be a lifeguard. I love running. I'm not super into sports. I'm really not competitive. But I like solo things and I like just like bebopping around. I also love like going for walks and stuff like that. I used to go to the gym a whole lot. I don't go to the gym anymore, I'm going to be honest. But anyway, I got like that fancy like aura ring that like all the cool people have, and I'm obsessed with it. And it tells me when, like, on days that like my readiness score is really high, that I should get more exercise. And then on days when I'm not doing so good and maybe I'm recovering or I didn't sleep the night before, it'll like lower that expectation on me. So I'm really, really liking using it for monitoring the amount of exercise that I'm doing. I'm finding that it's really helping me actually hit some of those targets instead of setting the expectation that every day I'm going to be performing at my best. And then when I get, sick, it was like a mean cold and flu season this last season, being really disappointed in myself when I don't hit that, right? This thing kind of gives me permission to like chill out and take it easy for a couple days without like feeling like a failure. So, big fan of it. It's really cute too, I think. And on that note, the fourth way that I am incorporating science into my life to make it better is by incorporating rest. Rest is so important. And the older I get, the more I realize it because I need more rest than I used to. Funny how when I was in my 20s, I didn't need nearly as much sleep as now that I'm nearly 33. But such is life, isn't it? There's a book called Why We Sleep, super good, 10 out of 10 recommend, and it talks a lot about how you need your sleep. You genuinely need your sleep. There's lots of interesting research showing that people who are chronically sleep deprived function about as well as people who are mildly drunk or high. Yowza. It decreases your ability to withstand daily temptations or just little inconveniences and having that distress tolerance within yourself to be able to take on the day. What I like to think about is this. Imagine that like you have a really good night's sleep, you wake up feeling really refreshed, you get up, you pour yourself a cup of coffee, you're enjoying a cup of coffee, and then your partner says something kind of snarky to you. Okay. Now, imagine you had a terrible night's sleep. You had a terrible night's sleep and you wake up and your head hurts and you feel terrible and you almost feel like hungover. You're so tired, right? You get up and you pour yourself a cup of coffee and your partner says something snarky to you. You're going to handle those two things differently. I would put money down that you'll handle it differently. The reason for that is because you don't have much capacity for dealing with it, right? I bet that if you have a good night's sleep and your partner says something snarky, you're either going to be like, okay, I don't know what his deal is, versus if you're overtired and your partner says something snarky to you, maybe you'll take the bait and say something snarky back. Don't want to do that. No, no, no. So go to sleep, get a regular sleep schedule, maybe even an evening routine. Do it. Okay. The last way that I am using science to improve my life is by incorporating more play into my life. Oh my gosh, play. I have a hard time with play. I do. I have a hard time with play. The reason for that is I don't know. I'm a boring adult now, and I think making bread is play. And it's not play. Play is spontaneous. Hopefully, there's laughing. I don't know. But we know that people who don't laugh are unhappy. And it, it's a bit of a chicken and egg situation because maybe unhappy people laugh less or whatever. But I think it's important to get around people who make you laugh, do fun things that makes you smile, get into a state of flow. We know that flow is really optimal for having better life quality. Also, play is like a really strong socializing component. So if I'm trying to build relationship with someone, play is one of the best ways to do it. I'm thinking about my 4-year-old, I'm thinking about my dog. If I play with them, that's one of the best ways that I can build like social bonds with them is through play. Same with my husband. And we're big gamers. And so, like, maybe that counts. But I'm thinking that, like, a snowball fight fits a little bit better than that. Don't sleep on play. That's what I'm saying. Have some fun. Remember that this is your only life that you get to live. And this isn't a dress rehearsal. This is it. So, have some fun with it. Get creative, maybe. Okay, those are the ways that I'm using science to improve my life. If you want to learn more about how science can improve your life, drop a comment below. Yeah, probably just do that. Probably just drop a comment below and say something like, how can science improve my life? And I'll let you know. Until next time, I'm Shelby, and this is my YouTube channel. Thanks so much for watching. Okay, thanks. Bye.